Hello there, Kyle Katarn here, running a little late, but I'm on my way to pick up Bendu, and then it's Porg hunting time.
Bendu and Katarn.
It is Force Friday. Let's find the Porgs. So I saw one of our comments from last night. Someone mentioned that they wanted to see Bendu and myself build that new Millennium Falcon.
The fucking 7,000 pieces.
We'd be happy to oblige if someone feels like sending us about $800. That would be lovely. All right, let's do this.
It is early.
Yeah, it's a little too early to be in the mall if you're under 75, but here we are. All right, stop number 1. So we made it about 5 feet into the store, and the Porg hunt is already at an end. Check it out. Want this so bad, you don't even know. Oh yes, this is definitely the place to be right now. Well, the Porg hunt was over before it began, but we weren't quite done, so we headed to Target. Alright, we have now arrived at Target, and as you can see from these empty shelves behind Bendu here, it really pays to get here early, which we did not. Oh well, I already found my Porg, so.
Hello. So there it is, the Gorilla Walker we've heard so much about. This thing is stacked, man. It comes with Ray, Resistance Trooper, Poe, First Order Driver.
Oh, this thing is so dope.
Oh,
It's so big.
I bet that looks really cool in like in a dark room.
For sure.
These Force Builder things have always been pretty cool, but this Chewie one is probably the best I've seen so far.
I mean, it's Supreme Leader with his golden Hugh Hefner robe.
It sure is, and he's got some pretty awesome facial damage on the side there. It's cool to be able
Or
to see this up
scarring.
close.
I mean, we've seen that before.
What do you think happened? Do you think he had like a fight with a Jedi that scarred him that way? You think he's the youngling that said there are too many of them? What are we going to do?
Potential.
That'd be hilarious. I think Snoke is actually like a baked potato that came to life somehow.
Target definitely had plenty of things for us to look at, but after a hard day's Porg hunting, it was time to return to the studio. Hello there, Kyle Katarn here.
Your buddy Bendu.
We just got back from Force Friday at the local mall. It was pretty sweet. A lot of things that have been leaked on the internet recently, like the Gorilla Walker, First Order ships. The Praetorian Guards, we got to look at them pretty good and up close.
Yeah, a lot of really cool up-close pictures of the, well, not pictures per se, but like the figures themselves, of their weapons and the way that their armor design is. Like their whole character structure.
It's better than looking at a picture,
so,
really.
yeah.
Because I mean, you can see the picture, that's all you have. But with the toy, you can manipulate it. You can look at the different angles.
See a lot of the different like detailed designs.
Like for example, I pulled up the roads to see what they had going on under the hood. Not much. We could not find the Millennium Falcon anywhere. Apparently, it's not actually out yet. I thought it was coming out.
Over 7,000 pieces, like 7,841.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it comes out next
ridiculous.
month.
One thing that we did find in our Porg hunt is, of course, a Porg.
Super squishy. There's so many different ones. There's like a complete animatronic one. There's like one that was a little bit more fuzzier than this one.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's not what Porgs sound like. That was from the
Definitely like the most interesting looking little outer space penguins.
For sure, they're gonna play some sort of a role. I hope that they're not just here to make money, which they just did. But I mean, like I was saying, the Ewoks, you know, they actually did play a role. They helped bring down.
They did.
They turned the tide of the Battle of
Totally-
Endor.
Totally good.
Without them, the heroes would have been hosed. But you know, even now, 30 years later, people still say that the Ewoks were just around to sell toys. So maybe that debate won't be settled when the movie comes out. But
Yeah.
either way, I know I'll be entertained by it. You know.
Going back to character designs, we also got like an amazing look at the Gray Jedi of both Luke and Rey's new costumes. My goodness, like
I love that.
Luke is like his just
It's like a hermit.
rugged hermit traveler garb, yeah. And then Rey was a complete grayscale, and then she has like her little side pistol that that Han gave her, and then plus the Anakin saber and her staff. She's just like totally weaponed out.
It makes me wonder because at the end of The Force Awakens, he was very clean, very regal. His robes were white. They weren't very dirty,
Yeah,
and he looked like a wise Jedi master. And now we're seeing him, and he's more of like a wizened, grizzled hermit in like a shitty raincoat.
He's ready to get stuff done.
The question that this puts in my mind is, did he like see the Falcon landing and was like, oh, better put on my Sunday best? Why was he looking so fresh that day compared to now? Like, did something terrible happen to him between the start of this movie and the end of the last one, or was he just like trying to dress to impress because he knew through the Force that like Rey was coming? Because it's not like he's not going to see the Millennium Falcon and immediately know.
Unless that formal fancy dress is just like his normal everyday wear.
It could be. I mean, the YT-1300 freighter was fairly rare in the original trilogy, and now it's 30 years later. So I can't imagine there's a whole lot of those ships flying around. So he's got the Force intuition, so he's got to know that it's, well, it wasn't Han, but it was Chewie. It's the ship. It's the Falcon. He knows it's the Falcon.
He's on one of the original Jedi planets. So I mean,
that's true.
There's some sort of like.
Han said he went looking for the first Jedi temple.
First Jedi temples, yeah. So I mean, there has to be some sort of respect involved in there for sure.
Yeah, we got to see the Kylo Ren. The Kylo Ren was that the Force effects?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Force effects. It was one of the Blade Builder sets.
Rest in peace, Force effects sabers. God, they were amazing.
They were super cool.
Nothing has come close since.
But no,
really.
These weird blade builders, like empty, hollowed out, bottom of the hilt kind of things. Yeah, no. But the hard plastic though, LED lighting, like the red, it was really cool. They kind of made like the ignition spot at the hilt kind of look like a fire.
With the smaller sabers, like the $50 ones, you can program the blade color, so you can have it really be any color you want. I'm pretty sure Kylo's is just red, but wouldn't that be cool if you could change the crossguard saber to be green, and then you could be like Ezra in the season finale when you found that one on Malachor?
It was Malachor.
Moraband, Malachor.
Because it was right before Maul just like showed himself and did like the whole reveal of like he's still alive.
What
after everything Clone Wars.
Malachor is pretty great, and that's a pretty awesome tie-in to Knights of the Old Republic. But for a second there, I thought they were going to say Korriban, which would have tied it into the Jedi Knight games with Kyle Katarn.
I still think that it's good.
Almost. We came this close.
I'm sure the planet is still there. It's just different. It's just a different planet.
Yeah, that's the thing about the canon, is that the new revised canon doesn't necessarily mean these things cannot have happened. It means they're talked about, they're a legend in the universe, and until it's directly addressed by the story, they'll leave it as a legend. So there's no one going around saying Joris C'baoth never existed, or like we don't get that. It's just like we don't know. He's a myth.
Like
he could have done.
Exists in some sort of game outside of Knights of the Old Republic, though. It has
Korriban was in Jedi Academy.
That's true. But is Jedi Academy canon?
Not anymore. No, it's one of the old.
That's so frustrating.
It takes place in the era of the Imperial Remnant and the New Republic. All of that has been rewritten by the events of 7.
The more stuff that becomes canon with Revan or Darth Revan, then maybe more stuff will come out about Knights of the Old Republic, and then more Knights of the Old Republic stuff will bring those planets, like more stuff about the the Jedi Temple on Dantooine, and
that's right, and we got to see Dantooine last season on Rebels a little bit. I'm pretty sure. No mention of the temple, although I think that if any of the non-canon of the old EU properties have a chance of being brought into the revised new canon, it would be Old Republic. Simply because the Old Republic video game is still being supported. And they're still making that, and I can't imagine that they're going to continue to further branch away from the Disney canon. I'm sure efforts are being made to tie it in, and so we might even... I'm not going to say Revan. I don't think we're ever getting Revan. That's too much. That's too much to ask for.
Dude, I don't know.
But I think
that we're getting... He already has a lot of merchandise. He has his own Black Series figured out.
It's true. That was a fan contest. They won the fan contest. Same with Jaina Solo. But You know, we got the Hammerhead Corvette in Rebels and then in Rogue One. You know, they're throwing us bones here and there. I don't think we've seen the last of the canon Old Republic stuff.
Ooh, another random thing that we got a really up-close look at that was absolutely beautiful was Kylo Ren's flagship, his
TIE
battleship.
Silencer.
Oh man, that thing was...
It looks sexy as hell. It looks really good.
That's-
It's definitely like a perfect example of retro futurism.
Yeah.
They took it, they made it look like how it could have evolved 30 years from, you know, Return to the Jedi. You
But
know?
how it's completely inspired by Darth Vader's type interceptor.
He's such a fucking fanboy.
Yeah.
He's such
Yeah.
a fanboy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
No,
it was
Kylo.
a lot of really cool merchandising. It was a little sad seeing Disney's name on it for some reason, but there's so really.
It felt weird. It felt weird to see Disney's name. It's like a new era. I don't know. I feel this weird, like, loyalty almost to Kenner and Hasbro. You know? I grew up with
The
Kenner.
Legos, dude. There's. So
I grew up
many
with
amazing
Kenner
cool
toys and
Legos.
Hasbro
So
toys,
many
and
cool
like
Legos.
Hasbro's still doing its thing through Disney, but it's different somehow.
But those blade builders, not the same.
It's not the same.
They're not the same.
It's not the
The
same.
sabers don't have the little belt clips. Like, how can you have a lightsaber toy and not have?
How are
The
you
belt
supposed to
clip.
be the coolest kid in
Man.
your middle school
My
if you don't have a
goodness.
lightsaber that can fit on your belt?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You gotta carry that shit around in your hand. No one wants to do that all the day. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our Force Friday video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you are more than welcome to do so. If you have something to say, leave us a comment below.
You know, if you do subscribe, then you'll be able to see more upcoming events and news and info and all sorts of Star Wars related stuff.
Which, if you're watching a video like this, might be right up your alley. Thanks for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.